Hey, what's happening, YouTube? How's it going? What's happening? Why do I connect to this unstable if you're on Wi-Fi? Try plugging in your router. I am plugged in, dummy. Yeah, I'm plugged in. How's it going? How's it going? Is this even running? Is it streaming? It says it's streaming. Who was I on the other day and it wasn't streaming? I think that was Streamlabs. I think it was Streamlabs. Let's let some stuff happen here. See what happens. Crap. I'm grinding up some spinach for my mulberry powder. Let me see something. Hold on. I hope this don't mess anything up. Hold on a second. Please. Oh, wait a minute. I can go here. I can go here and double check. Let me see what's going on. Oh, yeah, we're live. All right, we're live. We're live. La, 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 la. One second. Copy, paste. That's good. Let me see. Thumbnail. Yeah, I have a thumbnail I want on here that I would like to put on here. That one. There we go. Save. Alrighty. Oops. Let's give that a try. Let's see how that's. Hey, DMC, what's going on, my brother? What's going on? How are ya? Chilling like a villain. I guess some wrestling's coming on here in a couple minutes. Luke's going to watch wrestling, Monday Night Wrestling or something. I got out my trusty garage sale coffee grinder. It still has the sticker on it. $5 for a Braun. If you guys remember, if anybody remembers my last video that I was doing this, it burnt up on me, and I just paid $15 for it. It was 75% off, brand new at the store. So these things get burned up pretty quick. So I got this. Like I said, I was at a garage sale, but I put together this. We got a bunch. Somebody asked us if we wanted like these big, huge plastic containers of spinach, and there was something else too. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, heck yeah, my wife got it. And it's been outside for like a week drying out. Spinach is very hard to dry out because it's so full of water. So it's just to a point now to where I was like, you know what? I got to clean it up. So let me buzz this real quick, show you guys how I do it. If it's really hard and dry, it's just just past 2 million. Wanted to say, yo, what up? Well, thank you for stopping in. I don't plan on getting a lot of traffic tonight because there's other people streaming. I just wanted to make a little video because I was bored. So thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate it. It's good to see you. Glad everything's going good. And I hope to see you real soon. And have a good weekend. But see, you gotta when you grind this up, you want to grind it up till it's a powder. You don't want to leave any chunky parts in there because then it won't want to go in the tank and float all around and stuff. But I was just too tired. I was tired of moving this bucket around outside. I literally put it right in the sun. Put it right in the sunlight. Have it leaned over. Sun's just blaring into the bucket, and it's just such a wet plant that it's just very, very hard to dry it out. So I did my best, and now we're down to this. I'll get back around the D here soon. All right, buddy. Thank you. Like I said, it's good seeing you around. SummerSlam's on tonight. Luke's become a big wrestle fan, so we got, I don't know, she got some kind of app on the Fire Stick for him. He gets to watch SummerSlam. So they're up there doing that. I thought I'd come down here, grind some of this up, maybe do some water changes on some tanks. And, chill out. That sounds like that could be a rock. And that could be. It could be. I mean, I have it outside in a... I found it. Yep. It's just a little pebble. Must have got kicked up by somebody. There we go. Here we go. There we go. I just went next door. Sounds like something else is in there. I went next door and got green beans for the grow out tank outside. So I have a 20 long outside with about, 100 albino bristlenose plecos in it. They're about, an inch long right now. So they're pretty darn good. Let me just dump it there. It's probably nothing. It's probably just one of the... it's probably just one of the... but yeah, so I went and got 6 cans. 6 cans of green beans. There it was. 6 cans of the French cut. I'm sorry. French cut green beans. Yeah, they're 65 cents a can. I feed them, about half a can every other day. I just went out there. It's a 20 long. They're outside in the garage on top of my safe. And it's a 20 long. And about every other day, I change 5 gallons. And I just siphon it out into a 5-gallon bucket. And then I turn around and take it over to the hose, fill it up. And then I just go dump it in the tank. I don't wait. I don't let it warm up. Plecos like that cool rush. Plus, they think it's like raining and stuff. Yeah, I don't take the stems off or anything. So that's what I hear when I'm grinding all the little, clicking of the snapping stems. You just have to watch when you're grinding it up that you don't run it too long and burn the motor. burn the motor up. I have a tendency of doing that because I want my stuff super fine. I just don't get it. I mean, if you have a setting on there and it says, mocha or whatever, and you go to do it, I don't know why it burns up, but it does. So the thing is I was gonna pull more leaves, but I just don't think I need to. And I'll show you why here in a second. I gotta shake this up. I don't put anything in here until I'm ready. My other jug has everything mixed into it, but like this is a jug of mulberry leaf powder, and now I put stuff in it all the time. So, but this stuff takes a long time to make. I mean, you can go out and just get you a handful of leaves, or do it yourself, however you want to do it. I mean, it's not like it's there's a scientific method to it, but when you make a large amount to sell it, it takes a hot minute. So, because you're doing, I don't even, a lot. You do a lot. So, but we kind of do it as not a family affair, but I'll get Luke helping sometimes, and everybody tries to help me out a little bit because it is quite a bit of work. So, but that's there's nothing to it. This thing, I don't know how old it is. It's really good. But yeah, I just wipe it out, and then I go rinse the cup out, and then I put it back. I just put it away. I store it underneath a shelf or something and leave it there. It's just I made so much last year that I just don't need to make any more all winter. I mean, I just don't. I have a whole nother jug over there that I feed out of almost every day, and that I give away. So if somebody buys some, I give it out of that because that jug has the Bacter AE in it. It's got a whole bunch of the good stuff in it. So I put that in all of it. Every time I make a jug, I put that stuff in it. But there just wasn't. I mean, I don't put it in this in the raw, just the leaf stuff. So all that is the leaf itself until I go to put it in the other one, then it gets mixed up. But so the other day when I did the tanks and I took out all the hair algae, the 2 tanks that I did, they came out really nice. They cleaned up really well. So we're happy about that. But yeah, now I can go wash my bucket out and put it away, dry it out, put it away. It is so muggy out today. I mean, it's hot, but that's fine. But it's beyond the mugginess is horrible. It was bad. We went to go to some garage sales today, and it was really, really bad. The Red King Kongs had babies again. Super, super small babies. You can't even see them really. They're so small. But yeah, the tanks do really good. We're working on some, trying to get this one back here. We had it almost completely full. We did a big cleaning on that. We took out all the filter pads, the pump, pulled a ton of hair algae out of it. Terry. Sitting around talking to myself, that's all. But, yep, we did it. I'm not even done filling it up yet, but that tank, I think I'm turning into a shell dweller tank to put some movement into the back. My buddy's got some shell dwellers. What happened to Saturday night main event wrestling power hour? I don't know, buddy. I don't know. He's watching Saturday night, or yeah, whatever it is right now. I don't know. It's with John Cena and Raymond Reigns or something. It started at 8 o'clock. Yeah, Raymond Reigns, Raymond, something. But yeah, he's doing it now. Today's Saturday. Did I say it was Monday Night Raw or something? No, it's Saturday night. I don't know what it is, but I kind of outgrew the wrestling stuff when I got older. But anyways, yeah, that's going to turn into a multifasciitis. The multi-tank, the neolamprologus multifasciitis. I was going to go try to get the gold ones, the other ones, not the neolamprologus, the other ones. I want $100 gift certificate to Aquatic Arts. They want $30 a fish almost, so I could get a whole 3 fish. But then when I looked up on Dan's Fish has them for $10. I just don't have the money. They're really pretty, but the Maltese are really nice. And then they have the zebra ones. They're $27 a piece. The fish there are really they're pricey, but their quality is really nice. It's cold-blooded monsters. Welcome. It's just more or less, I think I'm going to give it away because I might give it away to who's giving me the Maltese because, they just don't have anything that I can put anywhere. I love some of those big, huge crayfish, those charaxes, but I have no place to put them that they wouldn't attack something, kill something. And fish, the fish that they have, there's nothing that the only I like nano fish to put in the tanks, but I figured, well, with $100, I want to probably get an expensive fish, something more on the pricey range that I could have. And, my wife said to make this tank back here, put everything in there. So I figured, yeah, it's a good idea. But plants, I have plants. I have plants in here. I have a lot of booze. It's going to be, if I do the Maltese, it's going to be hard water. So I have hard water plants. I've kept clippings for years. I have moss, Christmas moss. I have tons of mosses that I can put in there. Plants down there. Retalias. I have, all sorts of stuff. You guys just don't see it much. But it's just, there's really nothing that, there's nothing there that I want to get. I ordered 6 longfin super red plecos, bristle nose, and shoot those things. All right, it's here. You good for bail money if needed? Cold, not bad, still vertical. Yeah. Give me a holler if you need some bail money. They don't have anything that I need. So I got $100 gift certificate that I don't even think I'm going to use because that's what I'm saying, to get 3 fish, and I can't get guaranteed like I get a male and 2 females. So, and that's what I'd want, to start off a shell dweller tank. But if I go the other route, my buddy will give them to me, and I could just give him the $100 gift certificate, and he could, go buy something that he wants with it. Yeah, Luke's first pay-per-view SummerSlam 2021. So I thought I'd be able to use it, but there's just nothing. If I wanted to buy one thing or, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. There's just, I have a big tank with cichlids in it. they don't allow plants. So I have a Nubius in there, and they picked at it a few times. They actually have left it alone, surprisingly. I have my gulper tank. They don't mind plants, but I don't want it full of plants. I want them to swim around. I got big wood, lots of wood all piled up so they hide swim in it and everything. So I try to make it as natural as possible. So it's sand, black sand. There's a huge ball of Christmas moss like this in it, so you can go underneath it if they want, hide or go eat ram's horn snails, and then they go back into the wood. I have a nice G3 Fluval canister. Well, it's a cube. It's a square box filter, and it actually tells you the temperature of the water, tells you how long it's been since you cleaned it last, when you should clean, mechanical, everything. When you should do, it tells you your TDS temp, when to clean it, and half the time you just reset all that crap because you don't follow that stuff anyways. So I have that, and then I have shrimp tanks. Well, there's no plants that I need. I have boost and stuff, but it's just, I could always get boost, but I don't know. I think I'd rather give it to somebody that could use it more than I could. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll probably give it to my buddy because he's sending me some guppies, and he's sending me the Neolampologus multifasciitis. I'm going to put them in that tank. So figure if I give him the 100, it's just a code. All I have to do is give him the code, and he order whatever, punch the code in. So he can run with that. Jimmy P's Aquariums, what's going on? Sorry I didn't see you there, Jimmy. That's what happens when I run my mouth. But so yeah, that's the position I'm in. Sorry for smacking my mouth. I shouldn't do that. It's irritating. So what did I do? Oh, so I put wood in the. I should be able to put it on here. Let me see. I put wood in the. Oh wait, no, can't. This is the other one. This is StreamYard. Damn. I was gonna video. I could, but then we'll lose this camera. I'd have to take this camera way over there and put it on. But I put wood in the Sulawesi tank. And then I put moss in the Sulawesi tank, because I've never, since I've had them, ever put wood or moss in there. And if you look it up, if you can find it, if you search hard enough, there it shows Lake Sulawesi. You can actually find pictures of the bottom. I'm sure it's parts of the lake or whatever. And I'll tell you right now, it is not clean. I'm not talking trash, but it looks like really muddy, sooty type deal. And you can see the rabbit snails are everywhere. You can see the shrimps. But also, there's lots of wood. I don't remember. I'd have to look again, but I don't remember any growth, any plant growth. There could have been. I don't remember. I can't remember, but I remember there was rock, like big rocks, and lots of wood. Look like branches, like I don't know, like kind of like it piled up, dam like, it all went to the bottom, and it was really cool looking. But so I was like, well, all right, let's go to the next level now. So that's why I put the piece of wood in there, and I put the moss in there, and they seem to be liking it a lot. The one weird thing, which is really cool, but ever since I've had them, they've really not been glass cleaners or substrate. They're always on the rock. always on the rocks. Well, now I shut I shut the filters off for 4 days. No air for 4 days on any of the tanks because I wanted to do another scientific study, and I wanted to shut everything off. Uh, for a period of time, and then I wanted to turn it back on and see if it enticed breeding. If anything different happened. If anything whatsoever different happened. I just said that, didn't I? And so the Soloaces went from just feeding on the stone to going to the glass and the substrate. And they're on the lava rock too, but I never saw them on the glass. It was like they just didn't. I don't know. Didn't care to. And then I put the wood in there, and I put the moss in there, and the little itty bitty babies are all over the wood. And that might be something that I was missing before. Because they're real small on the wood. And they're real small on the stone or on the lava rock too. But that might be something that could be very important to a Soloace tank in having your the shrimplets survive when it comes to the Soloace. I never had it because my main concern was just giving them the proper amount of food. But there's really not a biofilm and stuff because there wasn't anything in there rotting. I don't put leaves in it. I don't do any of that stuff. But I never had. I mean, the shrimp breed, they do really good, but am I not getting all my shrimplets surviving because I don't have the biofilm? I don't know. That's what I'm going to find out. See if my numbers really start to jump up. But they seem to enjoy it very much. They'll be within the moss and stuff. They're not in it as much, like, let's say, as a Neo. But they do pretty good. I believe that it could be one of the important additives to keep in a Soloace tank. So Terry says, I see one on the glass maybe once a couple days. Yeah, it's until they start to breed. If you have male, female, when they start to breed, then they take off. But when you have small amounts, having them in a small tank is the best because then they don't. I don't know what it is with them, but they say if you have a small amount of Soloaces, there's always a chance that they might not make it because there's not enough of them, and it's really weird that I don't know what it would be to where they, they're unable to survive with so few. But I remember when I first went to get them, I think he sent me 6. But when they showed up, there was 2 dead because they got too cold. Sorry, they got too cold. So 2 died, 4 weren't moving. I warmed the 4 up. And then they started moving. They did really good. And then they lasted, I think, a few days. And then they all died. Now I got I think I got 15 more. And that's about when I think that's when, I don't think I got any more after that. I may have. Yeah, I think it took 3 times. Because he wasn't used to how to ship them. And you overnight it, but there wasn't anything in there to keep them warm. So, thinking that they would stay warm overnight, it didn't work. So That's why it's so important. If you ship Sulawesi, you have to put. I mean, I have the 72-hour heat packs. I don't think it would take that. I mean, if you overnight Sulawesi's, you can go with a smaller heat pack. But the box has to really be insulated. That's the thing, is learning how to do it right. And when they were first sent to me, the first couple times I didn't know how to do it. So, the third time was the charm, and I've had them ever since. But new local Austin. What a mulberry leaf blower. Sounds awesome. What a mulberry leaf blower. Mulberry leaf blower? What's a mulberry leaf blower? Oh, my allergies. But yeah, I just don't think I'm going to do mulberry leaves this year. I don't think I need to. I have so much. And I don't think it's really caught on yet how important powder food is compared to, or fresh food is compared to like a store-bought food. What they get out of it. Damn it, I wanted to get them on camera, and I'll just looked under rocks. Yep, that's one thing that you try to work hard on is, if you got to park a chair in front of their tank, move your feet around, do stuff in front of the tank so they don't get jostled as bad. It really helps. There's probably, I don't know, let's say 100 all on the front glass around and everything. If I went up there really quick, some might back up, but it won't be that bad. Because they're used to me. Like, I can stick my hand in there and they don't go nuts. They don't freak out or anything. Reason being is because I only went in there to scoop them out one time, even though the tank broke before and leak drained all the way down to nothing. Enough time has passed to where they don't freak out. So it works really good. They don't, they back up a little, but sorry, you said powder. Yeah, but it says, what a mulberry leaf blower? Question mark. So yeah, it says, what, a mulberry leaf blower? Sounds awesome. Well, I don't have a blower. It's powder. And then a grinder. That's what I was doing, grinding up spinach and what's the other I can't remember what it was, but I had 2 vegetables that I dried out. Spinach is the worst. Mulberry leaves take, they could take a day. If you get them out there, let's say like 10 o'clock in the morning, they could, in the sun, if they're in full sun, they could be done by, I don't know, maybe 1 o'clock. I mean, brown, dried, like they've been out on your lawn. It's almost wintertime dried up. And you start grinding and you pulverize it all in the same day. But the spinach, yeah, it's got to be 80% water. Has to be. It's terrible. But yeah, I've been drying it for probably, I don't know, 5 days. So today, just a little while ago, I went to go get it because I went next door and got 6 cans of green beans to feed the plecos, and I was just like, you know what, it's enough. I'm drying it, and it was enough. It's when they dry up, it's got a weird feel to it. It's not like a leaf; it feels like a dirty rag, like I don't know, like you've been wiping grease off your car for a month, and the rags just sit. They don't feel super, they don't crush up, they feel like they still like skin or something. It's weird because of what it's made out of, just it never really gets rid of all that. So when you grind it up, it gets rid of everything, it turns to a powder. So it's really good. But yeah, it's like I was saying, I don't think many people realize how important it is to feed powder, vegetables and proteins and stuff, other than it is, even like frozen bloodworms. Shrimp go crazy over that. And usually what I do, sorry, I just got a cold chill. Don't they say if there's someone behind you when you get a cold chill? It's probably because I was sweating because I was outside. Usually what I do with the frozen bloodworms is I take the cube and I cut it in half, and then I cut those halves into fours. So I make eight cubes out of one block, one little frozen bloodworm cube. I cut it up in 8 pieces with a razor blade, and then I put 1 cube in each tank. And the shrimp love it. But I've even put earthworms in there. They love earthworms. It's just a lot of things that the thing is I don't know what's in a mulberry leaf to make them go nuts like they do. It's a fruit tree. So people ask, well, can you feed them blackberry leaves? I don't know. I have blackberries out back. I could probably try it this year. But there's just something in it. And I don't know what it is or if there's anything. Dee Dee's, Finden, welcome. Neil Mitchell, welcome. I don't know if there's what's in it that makes them go nuts and enjoy it so much, but if they go that crazy over it, that's why I grind it up and feed it to the shrimp. It doesn't muck up the water. You figure, small amounts it goes through the tank if you don't feed them for at least, a day. Like if you feed them like on Monday and then wait till Wednesday, I mean, every little bit, powder is going to be eaten. And if they like mulberry leaf that much, they're just going nuts trying to find it. They're not going to stop until every piece is eaten in the tank. And that's the cool part about it. So that's why I like to feed it so much. One thing I wanted to let people know, if you guys buy food that I provide, that I sell here. Oh, here it is right in front of me. Look at that. Oh, yeah. There's Aquatic Arts. See their sticker? Waymo. And don't tell nobody. Here, I'll help you guys with a 15% off discount code from Aquashella. Aquashella 15 for 15% off. Expires September 14th. It's a coupon code. It's probably many people have it already, but it's for aquaticarts.com. Aquaticarts.com. It's like LRB.com. But if anyone buys this food from me, Premium Shrimp Food Sapphire by Blue Crown, he had it changed over. It's not flat anymore. It's cylindrical. And, it goes straight to the bottom. Straight to the bottom. It doesn't matter if you bust off the skinniest piece. I don't know what's different in it, but the stuff is incredible. Still smells the same. I don't know. It kind of smells like fish food. Like what would be in a bin, a plastic bin. No distinct smell, really. Just smells like something that you would throw in and feed fish. But the shrimps go nuts. Now, I have foods that, Mucha. Mucha is a great, great, great brand. One of my favorites. I don't know what Robbie did to this stuff, but he had them make it in a different, pelletized. Well, I should probably show you, right? Freaking idiot. I swear I'm dumb. See how it's cylindrical now? But I don't know what's in it. It does not float. I don't know how he's able to get all the air out of it. But kudos to Blue Crown. Because they got it going on with their new shape of the food. And the shrimp just go nuts. Before, I don't know. It was I don't know. There was something with it before. I didn't feed none of the shrimps today. There was something with it before the shrimp would eat it, but I don't know. And it's like the mucha. Some of the mucha doesn't sink immediately, so you got to tap it. Your freaking finger gets all wet, and you're trying to, it's a headache. But I don't know what they did to it, but I'm very, very glad. I went to go, and it's all new. He just sent me 10 packs of it or 20 packs of his food. And I went to open it up and go feed it. And I really didn't even notice till I started dropping it in and seeing it go to the bottom so fast. And then I realized the shape of it. And see, if you notice, I'm just going along and dropping it in all the tanks. I don't have to wait. To make sure it sinks. I mean, it drops quick, real quick. Look at that, it dropped so quick, it went right into the freaking, into the plant, into the boost. Some of these tanks you have to feed. We have a sponge filter that popped off. No bueno. I haven't been inspected very good because I should have saw that today. But skeet. But I didn't recognize it the other day, and until I started dropping it in, and I watched something sink so fast, I was like, "What the heck is that?" And I realized what it was. So, and the sizes are pretty darn good. If you got 20, 30 plus shrimps in your tank, this size is pretty good. I do still break it up for certain tanks due to the fact that they just might not be a very they might not be shrimp that like to eat shrimp other foods than are what grown in the tank. A lot of, you come to learn that a lot of shrimp don't really care for man-made foods. A lot of people won't tell you that, of course, because they want you to buy all the foods, which is cool. But, they won't tell you that shrimps don't like it all. So then you go buy it and you're like, why aren't my shrimps eating it? Well, because they don't like it. So that's the hard part, because that's where you have to go through so many brands to find a brand that your shrimp will eat. But the best way to go about it, the best way to go about it is whoever you get your shrimps off of, ask them what they feed. Because then that's probably the food you're probably going to want to stick with to start. So your shrimps will eat and it won't be that big of a shock to their body. So that way when you bring them home or when they ship in, you can wait. You can wait a couple days and then give them some food, and they should be good, taking it from there. Now, my black Pintos over here had so many babies. their reproduction is crazy. So I got to make sure that they have plenty of food in there because you don't want the adults eat. Oh, wow. Oh, I just dropped a piece of the bounce all the way over here. God damn. My extreme blue bolts got babies all in here. Man. It did bounce over here. I thought I felt it hit my foot. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Shoo. All right, we got some babies in the extreme black King Kongs. We'll add more food in there for the blue bolt, baby extreme blue bolts. That's a big one there because that's another tank that's touchy. But I'm going to have to break this one up too and do like I did on the Galaxy Red Fish Bones. Because when I broke them up, they started breeding a lot more because they wouldn't breed anymore. So I broke them up, and they just took off, started breeding one day, and they didn't stop. So I went from having, say 25 shrimps to a couple hundred very quickly. So yeah, I got a lot over here. I don't think these guys they're not on the food yet. The zebra babaltis are on it. The blue sapphires are not yet. A lot of these other tanks have gone berserk. The crystals. See, you don't want to, that's the thing, small amounts. Little bitty bit amounts. Feed the Sulawesi tank. I fed it yesterday, but Crystal Red tank. Oh, that went down in the rocks. That's all right. They'll get it. I hope. Now I can do is get my tweezers in there and pull that one rock out of the way so they can get it. But yeah, it's one thing you want to make sure too. Geez, there's got to be, I don't know, 150 Galaxy Red Fish Bones right there. You have to make sure when you feed the tanks that there's enough food to feed all the fish or all the shrimps. Because if you're not putting in enough food, then all the like stronger, the more dominant ones are going to be able to get all the food. See now, like the blue steels, yeah, they're not touching it. So that leads me to believe that tank might need a water change tonight. Because, I put the food in there. No one's around it. No one's touching it. So, yeah, it's got a lot of hair algae. They're probably full from, messing with that stuff. Let me see if I can get this piece of lava rock out of here. All right, I can see that. If I can see the food, they can see the food. So, whoop, that worked. Sweet. So we'll leave that food in until we're done here, and then if it's garbage, if they're not doing nothing, then we'll take it out. But yeah, I don't want to be leaving any food in the tank that they're not eating. If they're not on it immediately, you want to take it out, get it out of there. And like what I do a water change. I mean they can be full, but if no shrimp are going to it, then I believe that there's an issue. So when you ask a question, I am answering out loud like you can hear. That's funny, new local awesome, because you know what I just did when I was just moving the rocks in there so I could see the food that fell down in there. I was moving the lava rocks. There was a piece of moss over the top of it, and I blew at it thinking I could blow. I was like, yeah, that's not going to work. It's glass and water. So I started flicking it. So you want to talk about doing silly shit? That's silly. Do a lot of learning before I am shrimp ready. My tanks are too new right now. Depends on what shrimps you want. I mean, if you're doing Neos, you could I mean, if you have bacteria to put in them, you know, like your shrimps don't have to be super old. Just maybe for certain shrimps. And it really doesn't have to be old. It just has to be proper. You know, more or less. So it just has to have the right, you know, stability. I mean, parameters, yeah, those are really important, but the parameters have to stay stable. And that's one of the most important things. So if your parameters are where you want, let's say you put 120 TDS in there, is it going to stay 120 TDS? It's going to go down. It's going to go up. You know, with Soloaces, you want harder water. You know, is it going to become softer? Do you have stuff in there to keep it harder? You know, when you do water changes, is it going to dilute it out and you have to add stuff? So when it comes to shrimp, those are the things you need to look at. So if you just want to start with shrimp and kind of look at them and go, wow, these things are super cool. I love them to death. In starting out, I mean, your tank doesn't have to be super old. I mean, you could get some Fritzheim 7 and pour some Fritzheim 7 in there, and you know, within a couple days, you could be getting some you know, some Neos up in there, you know, and just, you know, what I do is I put Fritzheim 7 in every single tank, Caridina and Neo Caridina. Every time I do a water change, even though I have the live beneficial the bacteria, I still put the Fritzheim 7 in there because it's another, you know, bacteria. So the one bacteria that I have, that's for helping setting up the tank, and you know, you could put like a milliliter in every water change, but you know, and it could take time to set off. You know, with my bacteria, it works best if your substrate produces an amount of ammonia. Well, none of my substrates produce amount of ammonia, even though I do use the bacteria. It's just not the most beneficial for me, since I don't use like ADA, you know, Amazonia. I don't use stuff that when you put it in there, it starts to, you know, throw ammonia. So it takes my tanks a little longer to, you know, get going on some bacteria. So that's why I use the Fritzheim 7, because that stuff doesn't need nothing. It's live bacteria. It's a beneficial bacteria, and the minute you put it in, it's going. It's live and it's ready to go. It doesn't need, you know, just put it in there. It makes its way to your filter, and it just it just goes to town and starts growing all sorts of stuff. It even says on there that you can, almost immediately, put fish in a tank using Fritz M7. So, but if you could put anything, I put shrimp in a tank brand new, set it up, just, put some moss in there and some rocks with some crap on it and stuff, and that's it. You can't expect them to do anything soon. They really won't, you probably won't get a berry shrimp for about a month, maybe 3 weeks, but unless they're babies. But, if you drip acclimate them and you have food for them, if you have stuff in there that creates beneficial bacterias and stuff, you should be totally fine. I've never lost any shrimps putting a tank together in a couple days. You guys have sat here. You can look back and see my videos where I literally suck out the whole tank substrate and everything, water down to nothing, fill it with brand new substrate, something different, fill it back up, throw shrimp in it, they're fine. Because the filter might, it'll have bacteria and stuff in it, but that's what Caridina. Neos are very forgiving. I'm not saying that you could treat them like crap and give them poor living conditions, but if you're on YouTube, you're on this stream, believe me, I'm sure none of your tanks are poor living conditions. I'm sure 99.9% of people don't have poor living conditions that are on YouTube watching channels like this or fish channels or any type of channel. That's why you're on here, to make sure that your stuff's as good as it can be. But that's it. They're very forgiving. So if you put together your best hookup and don't overfeed, that's the biggest thing, is people overfeed immediately, and then all your food starts to go off and turns to ammonia. Everybody's like, what's going on? I didn't do nothing. My water parameters are perfect. No, they're not. You're putting so much food in there. Your new shrimp, they don't want it. They're freaking out, because they're in a new home. Whether it's a seasoned tank or not, that's where a lot of people mess up, is they overfeed. When if you got fish or something and you put shrimp in there, you should almost never feed your shrimps. Almost never. Because they're going to eat all of the food that the fish don't get. So if you feed fish flake, like I need to feed my blue rice fish down here now. Thanks for reminding me, everybody. But if you feed flake food, whatever the fish don't eat goes at the bottom, or gets caught on a plant, a leaf or something, or the filter. Shrimp are tearing it up. So they're your cleanup crew more than anything else in the tank. So, if you have maybe once a week, drop a pellet in there, it just depends. If you have a lot of plants and you got to figure there's a lot of stuff growing on those plants, algae and stuff, the shrimp are going to eat all day. That's probably one of the main reasons that there's a little shrimp in my boa tank swimming around. It's so small. It just grabbed onto a piece of hair algae. No, it's just la, 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 la. They enjoy it, man. But that's what I'm saying, is if you go to feed a tank and it's not a super packed tank, and they're coming out eating. Like, these tanks are all, the piles are all at the front. They're eating. Now over in the blue steel tank, there's 2 shrimp over there eating. That's it, 2 shrimp. But the tank's full of hair algae. Well, there's a lot of food in a tank that's full of hair algae. So if they don't come, they're full, or there's something wrong in the tank. So Probably what I'll do after I get off of here is I'll go in there and slowly scrape the walls down, and then I'll fluff up the plants in there and stuff, pull out as much as I can. Then I'll do a water change because I have it's running here. It's not turned on right now. You guys see that 1/4 inch line? I was filling this up before we went garage sale. It's filled up all the way to the bottom of the black line. The only thing I don't like about those, you know how you have a pump, that you put on the side of your tank, and it'll blow water out, just like a power head, but it doesn't have an impeller on it. It just blows out water. Well, that's what these are in here, right? Well, then they have a cage around it, and inside that cage they have a piece of like filter pad, right? So the filter pads on both sides of this plenum, there's a big black one on each side. That's supposed to catch all the crap, right? That pad on that pump gets so gummed up. I mean, gummy. Like, it's sticky. It's so thick, but it won't pull water in no more, so it comes out really slow. So then you got to pull out the whole system, and you got to pop that cap off and pull that piece of foam out and rinse that foam out, put it back together. Then it blows out like it's brand new. But I think that's a bad system, because it's like I go to clean those filter pads out, and that tank's been running for, I don't know, what's it been running for 5-6 months, and I squeeze them out and almost nothing comes out of them. So I don't know. I think I need to put some filter floss in there, jam a bunch of filter floss in the pre-filter side or something, or put it in the area where the pump's at. So anything that passes up the filter and gets into that filter area, the pump area, goes to that filter floss, and the filter floss can help filter it out somewhere. I think that's a flaw that it has, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like, tanks are really nice. They work really good. It's just, you go to clean the filter pad out, and there's not much stuff in it. You would think that it'd be just filled with crap, but not so much. New local law says my water is hard, 8482 pH. Have no RO right now. I want to sink in the garage first, then water filters. Oh, you want to sink in the garage first, then water filters. Oh. Well, I don't know where you live, so I can't help you out on how to get water to your garage. But if you live anywhere where it's cold, or even if it's not, because you could have that sporadic freeze, you're going to want to go below your freeze line. And I don't know how far your garage is from your house. Mine's probably, 60 foot back. I have a big cinder block garage, floor drain, all that stuff. But I would just dig a deep trench. Yeah, I'd bring it out of the house. I bring it out of the house low. Trench it deep in the dirt. All the way to the garage. And then bring it up into the garage and just insulate around the pipe really good. Something real heavy duty coming up the wall and stuff, out of the dirt. It'd probably go all the way down in the dirt and then come up the wall and then have it come into the garage. Now you're probably going to want to insulate all that. Something real heavy. And then, bring it into the garage, and that's probably the best. What is it? Your substrate's gravel right now. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it depends on, if you want just Neos, you're 8.2, 8.4 pH. I don't know. I don't keep shrimps that high. So the only thing you would have to do is go to the store and get a gallon of distilled water. I mean, to start out, if you fill up, or maybe 2 gallons, if you fill up, let's say a 10-gallon, put like, I don't know, half of your water, and then just distill it down to where the pH is like 7.4, 7.6. I don't know. Mine stayed kind of low. It's some people say they can go up into 300-400s. Well, I don't give advice on that because I've never kept them that high. I don't know. But the people that say that, some of the people that say that, they're really good at it. So I'm sure it's possible. But 8.2, 8.4, I'm sure it's no big deal. Just you just have to drip them in. Just slow drip them in, probably maybe about 5 hours. Because pH is the bad one. A spike in pH will kill your shrimp, but a decrease in pH won't kill your shrimp. So let's say you go from 8.4 and you do a water change. So let's say your TDS is up high and you want to bring it down. So you just put pure RO in there and drop it down. It won't hurt. It doesn't harm the shrimp. But if you go up in pH quickly, you'll kill them. But if you want to go up in pH, all you do is drip it. So you could do a drip per second or a drip every 2 seconds and let it drip for about 5 hours, 5-6 hours, to bring them into it slow and then just put them in there. You can even go longer. You can go 8-10 hours. It just depends on how much time you have and, how much whatever you want to do. But that would be how you go up in pH, unless you get them from somebody that has a high pH. But used to be all right. Man, my head. I tell you, when you get a broke neck and then it heals, the pains that go through the nerves, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So, yeah, Austin, Texas, you guys are, you stay hot most of the time, but I know you got to get cold here and there. So, I don't know. Check what your frost line is there, because, like, here it's 48 inches, 42. So let's just say 4 feet. That's my frost line. So if I want to run water or anything, I got to go 4 foot down. If I want to run fencing, I have to drop my 4x4s 4 feet down for heaving, so they don't heave. If you go less than that, they'll start pushing up. But if you go 48 inches, so think about it. You got to get minimum a 10-foot 4x4. If you want to run a privacy fence and not have it heave up. So 4 foot down, 6 foot up. That's if your ground is straight, and flat, and you can keep that 6 foot going across, so your fence looks good. But if it's short, then you got to get 12 footers. Then you got to cut it off, and so living here in Michigan, it's having the seasons and stuff. That's the difference. But, that's what I do. I just run that water underneath, insulate it really good. So you never have to worry. You never, for the rest of your life, will you have to worry, oh, my gosh, what if what if we freeze just one day? Little stuff that happens once in a while. So, you get that. I think you'd be straight. Look, it's Patty's Petite Tanks. Welcome so much for being here. Thank you. What's up, Detroit Shrimpa Pimpa? Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Bateson Genetics. I wanted to say, when I'm saying Bateson, I want to say Bates Motel. How do y'all? Hope everyone's doing great. Well, welcome. Good to see ya. Yes. So, yeah, that's what I would do. Water in the garage is an incredible idea. Here's the thing that I was thinking about today is, I have that grow out tank with plecos, and it's only a 20 long, and all week it's 90 degrees. You're talking 89, 90% humidity. And in that cinder block garage with a cement floor, I leave the garage door open. It's got the side windows. I leave those open. I got the old glass windows with the steel frames in them, and I open up the side door so the light comes in, wind blows. I don't know what the temp is, but it's not that bad on almost 100-degree day. And them plecos just love it. So I'm just wondering if instead of summer tubbing outside, if I just tub in my garage, and if I run water out to my garage. I mean, I have a water hose outside. I have a spigot. I could run a spigot out to my garage and run it into the garage. I don't need, if you want to get hot water, you'd want to do that. Run a hot and a cold. But I have a lot of friends that are plumbers, so I just get find out from them the best way. I mean, even if I have to bust out my garage floor in a little spot and then come outside the garage and dig the dirt down and underneath where I can come right out the garage floor. That way I'm underground the whole way and it keeps the pipe insulated. And then I could backfill it or foam it in or something. I don't know exactly how I would do it because, it freezes here so bad. But to bring in hot and cold water, that'd be cool. But if I could do a lot of stuff out in the garage, shoot, that's a game changer. It really is. Because, I could run thousands of plecos out there because I got the idea from seeing some guys on YouTube in Texas, and they're saying it's so hot in their garage. They don't have AC or nothing in there. They keep the door closed, but it's attached to their house. So it's even hotter, and it's wood. So it's even hotter. There's nothing keeping it cold. A wood garage is, it's horrible for trying to keep hot and cold in and out. If it's not insulated and drywalled, if you don't have a heater in there for the winter and an AC for the summer, just think, it's multiplied way more, it's way hotter. So if these guys can breed plecos and stuff in their garages and nothing dies, the temp don't get up that high. Well, my garage, it's really weird. The way my roof is and how far it hangs over. The gentleman that owned the house before me, he built it all. He was a master brick mason. So he built a garage out there. And you can open everything up and there's like no sunlight. Like when you go to some people's houses and, the way their garages and house when the sun's up, you could be in the garage, you're like, God, it's bright, and then the garage really lightens, so it warms it up in there. But mine's like a cooler, kind of like, where you'd keep blocks of ice back in the day. It just stays nice and cool in there, like the kids sitting there, I put the TV out there, so you can watch cartoons and stuff, and then they go swimming and they hang out in there. We got tables and chairs because it's nice and cool. But if I could start putting, find some tanks like on Craigslist or just those big ponds, the plastic ponds. But the glass tanks, they like it. But, just throw a couple out there so I can start breeding massive amounts through the summer to grow them up. And then, to power feed them. And then bring them in the house come fall, winter time and put them in a tank here. But they won't last long. The pet stores will buy them up, but whatever I have, bring in the house and let them, and cut back the feeding way back, and thin them up, keep them throughout the winter in the house and then summer again, take them back out. But if I could do that, then that would save, my concern because my concern is where am I going to put them? I don't want to turn my whole basement into tubs and this and that. It's just, having kids and stuff, little kids, it takes away from their playing and stuff. Now this is like a whole addition. This year I built a big, cute storage room for my wife behind the computer here. It's all drywall, nice door, sealed off. Now I got to buy her. We're going to get all brand new shelving in there and make it real nice. But anyways, the furnace, the water heaters, everything in there. But it's beautiful. And then we built the bedrooms over there, the laundry rooms over there, and then this big whole area out here is for the kids to play video games, watch TV. There's a lazy boy recliner over there. Then when you come this way more, right outside the shelving here is my desk out there, my workbench out there where I do all my packaging and all my styrofoam. I mean, it's a mess, but then you come in here and this is all by itself. So where the room ends over here, as wide as I made this wall behind the computer, that's how wide this shrimp room is. So the back side of this rack over here is where the wall ends. So I didn't know if I was going to build a wall all the way across, I could run it right into it, put a door there, drop a sheet, anything, but it would be symmetrical all the way across. This doesn't stick out further, it doesn't come in further, it doesn't look dumb, so everything's symmetrical. So then when it comes to keeping everything else, I'm like, God, what am I going to put tubs everywhere? I don't need to be, I don't care if I have to put, a tank in front of this tank on the floor through the winter. I don't and have 200 plecos in it. I could care less because the plecos, for one, are going to be selling, and two, it's not going to be there, but for a few months. So, well, probably like 7. Now we got winter. Let's say December, January, February, March, April. So yeah, you're talking at least 5 months, 5 to 6. April, let's say May, you could go outside. So let's say November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Yeah, 7 months of crap weather. Well, because what is it? November, October is Halloween. And usually it's rainy and just starting to snow periodically then. Then November, you might be okay. Sometimes, Decembers aren't even that bad, but at least 6 months of garbage before you can think of start going outside, But that's the thing is if I'm going in the garage and I don't have to worry about, rains and crappy weather, storms, this and that, but, you just have to worry about that constant, the water can't, or the temperature can't drop down below a certain temp. So they'll be in the house for a while. So that was my thing is I just have to think of something to put them in that won't be in the way, that won't drive me nuts, and that can house a good amount of fish or plecos to the following season because they're going to be breeding all winter long in the house. And that's a good thing. They breed all winter long. Then if I could take them outside and fatten them up all summer, and then let's say every spring I run out from the year before, then that'd be cool. And then fatten them up all summer, and then come fall time, stuff like that, start selling. Or people want to buy them as babies, that's great too. Little ones. I just bought these. These things sell for $30 or $32 where I got them from. But there's a guy by me who owns a store. He's got them and he sells them for $30 as small, 1 to 2 inch plecos. And then I said, well, how much are they as an adult? He said, add a zero. So $300 for an adult. So that's why when Aquatic Arts had that sale, that 50% off sale, me and my wife, we were like, it's a no-brainer. We like breeding plecos. We're really good at it. It's not like you have to be some special breeder, but our water, they just like our water. Something about it. They breed continuously. And maybe they do for everybody, but they just do for us. Even though I have these other ones, I just can't get them to do anything. I got L333s. They just won't. I don't know. It's driving me nuts. I don't know if I need to. That's what I might do is take that $100 thing for Aquatic Arts and see if they got a male, a full-blown male, and see if they got one of them for sale. But I don't know. It's I think I might just sell them and just focus on the long fins. Who knows? I might do long fins. Then I might get the lemon, the long fin, blue-eyed lemons or whatever. I don't know. We'll have to see. But just put AC heat pump in there. Out in the garage. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I don't mind buying shrimp and plecos from you. There you go. There you go. Yeah, it's. I mean, that's a good thing about getting them from here, because it's like the plecos I have. That's why we haven't stepped up to the expensive plecos. I bought expensive plecos a long time ago, like the L333s. I paid I think it was like $35 a piece, and I bought 5 of them as baby. Gosh, they were 1.5 inch, and I've had them for a couple of years now. And you look at it and go, gosh, they take a long time to breed or to grow, because not all of them eat the same stuff. Bristlenose, you can feed them. You put some wood in there, but you put green beans all day long. They love green beans. They will eat the wafers. Not the biggest thing to feed plecos, wafers. It's just not, I don't know. They'll eat them, but will they eat other stuff? Bristlenose, yeah. Other plecos, they like a lot of wood. Like 333s, God, they stay locked up on that wood all day. They just eat and eat wood. So if you have what they like and you're feeding them a lot, and you can fatten them up really quick and get them to grow real quick, it's just, I think with I got to get rid of another fish out of my tank. It's that Pellini or whatever. He's a jerk. He's starting to get really big. Well, not really big. He's, I don't know, 3 inches, 4 inches now. He's got an attitude, and like I'll feed over there by the plecos. I'll drop the Tetra tropical colored granules over there, and he'll go over there and eat every piece all by himself. None of the other fish do. There's tons of food over on the other side. Everyone's eating. He goes all by himself, go over there, and he scares the plecos away, and he'll eat all that food by himself. So like now I went to the store and bought green beans. I dropped green beans in there, fed them. Because what's he going to do? Go over there and get a little mouthful of green beans? Yeah, so the plecos will do real good tonight. They'll eat a ton. But the long fin, super red bristlenose that I just got, gosh, they're 1.5 inches. They're fattening up really good, because they didn't come fat at all. They came in skinny, which is fine. But, they're chubby little ones now. They got really dark, the orangey color. Or red, whatever you want to call them. They're not red, they're orange. They look great. So Aquatic Arts has really high quality stuff from what I see. I mean, I've only got one thing from them, but a lot of times you get plecos from people and they're junk. But back to what I was saying, New Local Austin is, with the plecos, I mean, the first brood we got out of these albinos, there was let's say out of 40, there was 32 that were albino, then some were dark. Every brood since then have been solid. I mean, they're all albino, every single one of them. And I've had 3 batches so far. So 2 batches are out in the garage. And there's a batch here in this in this 5-gallon over here, because that's what I do. I 5-gallon them, 50, 60, however many come out, and I put the algae sheets in there. I buy the sheets of algae, the dry algae, and I get the clip with the suction cup, and I tear it, I don't know, maybe a 2x2 sheet, and clip it on there, put it in there, suction cup it to the wall, put it all the way down to the bottom, and just let those little plecos come over with their little soft mouths, because they really don't have the teeth and stuff yet, and just suck on that slimy algae, and I do that till they start to get to the point to where I put green beans in there and they start to tear onto the green beans. And then I drain half of the water out of the 5-gallon, and I take it outside and I dunk it, put it all the way into the 20, and then I just go in there nice and easy and just bump them, get them all to come out. Now just bring it in, fill it back up again, let it sit there with that sponge filter in it. Next brood that comes, I dump them in there, and it's just continue to go like that. I have one male and probably 6 females in there, but I think only 2 of the females are really big to where they, they're doing all the breeding right now. But yeah, I could, I get a few dark ones, but the albino ones are beautiful plecos. For plecos like that, there's not there's not the pet stores, you go to pet stores, they charge anywhere between $6 and $8, sometimes more. The brown ones, brown ones are the cheapest ones. So those are around the $5 to $6, $4 to $6 pleco. These are all on bristlenose. Then when you go to the super reds, those are usually the most expensive. These are non fancy fit. So you go super reds, probably albinos. Then you have like what is it? I want to call it like a marble. It's like a red and a brown mix. But I don't think they call it a marble. There's something else to it. But those are cool. The blue-eyed lemons. It seems like all the plecos, everything's above just a regular brown bristlenose. So those are the cheapest. And then you just go, okay, well, if I just choose a color one, super reds are really nice to breed. Those are always they're always a moneymaker. Always a moneymaker. I just kept the albinos because my wife thought they were cute and she asked me to keep them. When I sold everything we had, the breeding adults and everything, she said, keep those albinos. So I kept I don't know, I think there was 6 of them, 5 or 6 of them. They were so small, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch. And they just grew up over time, and now they just started shooting them out. I mean, it's batch after batch, but that's the thing is if you have the time to feed them, and you're able to do the water changes, I mean, the turnout's good. I mean, if you could sell, let's just say, if I want a fast turnaround and I want to sell them to the stores, a lot of stores will give you garbage, because they want to only give you 1/3 of what it's worth. So, and they're going to lie to you about what they're going to sell it for. They're not going to tell you exactly what they're going to sell it for. Almost every store will lie to you. Unless they have it posted on their tanks, then you got to go over that. So let's just say it's $6. They're going to want to give you $1.50. Then they're going to give you this long story about how they have to pay their bills and how they have to, keep the lights on, pay their employees, do this and do that. But then you got to tell them, but yeah, everything you're buying now, none of it's homebred. You can just tell them they have sunken bellies. They're not real chubby. You don't know if they're sick. All my stuff is 100%. They'll come to you. They're eating. They're fat. They're healthy, and they're homebred. And that's why you demand more. So let's say if they're selling for $6, you don't go less than $2. And then think, if you got, if you got 150 of them, 200 plecos, I mean, that's a good little haul if you can, go store to store and sell 20 here, 20 there. It's and then if you sell some online, I mean, you're not going to sell them all in a day, but plecos live a long time. So all you want to do is get them to a couple inches, 1.5, 2 inches. But if you want full money on them, you got to at least get them close to 2 inches to get like that $2. My buddy gives me $2.50 a pleco if I sell them to him. If I don't sell them online, I usually don't sell them online due to the fact that, it takes a while to really get them big. If you're looking, if you really want to get them big, to get the most money, and you don't want to sell to a store. You want to be the guy that everybody comes to instead of going to the store. Then you got to, possibly, you got to get your name out there. You got to go to, swap meets, get little cards made, the Pleco dude or whatever you want to call yourself. Let people come see your stuff, put some videos up on Facebook, stuff like that. And then people will be like, oh, wow, well, he's got, whatever, and he's like, $12 cheaper than at the store. And then people see that, and then they come out, or like I said, the longfin super red bristle nose are $300 as adults. Well, if you're selling for $250, or $225, because you really don't care, or even $200 for a Pleco, that's crazy. But if you're selling for $200 and everyone else wants $300, good chance of keeping on hold of them Plecos for long, but that's a good thing, so it just depends what you want to start with, what you want to try selling, because you might be in a market that goes nuts over Plecos, and you might have to buy, tons of adults just to get breeding, because you can sell hundreds and hundreds of Plecos, or you might be in a niche area where they only want high grade expensive Plecos, or they just want the cheap Plecos, so Plecos are good, shrimps are good, and that's another thing. What shrimps do you go with if you want to breed shrimps? Do you go with the cheap ones? Do you go with the expensive ones? Do you go with middle grade ones? I couldn't answer that, so I went with them all. So that's why I have all these tanks and around the corner, and so and then it comes to the point of selling the stuff, and it's like, I was so gung-ho in the beginning. I was like, yes, I'm going to sell all this stuff. This is going to be great, Then when you start breeding it, you're like, I kind of started to back off. I was like, I don't even want to, I'll sell them online, but I don't even want to, really I'll take them to the store, one store. I sell to one store. And I'll sell online. But guess what? If no one calls, look, I'm not jumping on here to fix my website. I'll go on here maybe soon and get it up and going. But people are on here all the time going on my website. But I think something's broke with it to where you can't order, and people aren't going to the bottom and sending me messages. Well, I'm really not stressing out over it, because it's like I don't have to sell my shrimp. I'll sell my shrimp, and I want to sell my shrimp, but I like keeping my shrimp. So, like right now, there's probably 100 and some. Well, here, I'll just show you really quick. So those are Galaxy red fish bones. Not all of them have the Galaxy spot. Some are lower grade. But the tank's packed, and I can sit here and just stare at them. Blue bolts. Red King Kongs, and there's babies in there. They just had babies again. That's what I'm saying. See, my shrimps they eat. See, little adults. They got that big piece of food. Look, so I'm holding on to this. But that's what I'm saying. To stare at this stuff all day, I don't have an issue with it. This one's got the hair algae. I cleaned a bunch of it yesterday, but these are the boas and stuff that Robbie Chan sent me and asked me to start breeding out. Look how small those shrimpies are in there. And is that not the cute? It's like little kittens, having little kittens. They're just so cute. It's like, I don't want to get rid of them. But will I? Oh, yeah, for sure. If somebody wants to buy some, for sure I'll sell some. But the thing is this is what I get to stare at all day. Here's the ones I've made. Hopefully you guys can see them. These are a red bolt that I've been working on for about a year. Their bodies are real pink and their heads are red. Yeah, see, his camera's not doing it. But, so it's just, Blue Dreams. Then we got the Ultra Golds. But that's just some of them. And so, you get to breeding and breeding sucks because you don't want to get rid of them. It doesn't suck. It's a great thing because when you're breeding and things are actually breeding and multiplying, you're doing a good job. So, I don't know. It's kind of like we have an English bulldog. I told my wife, I said, maybe we should, hit some of our savings, get, a male and a female from a big bloodline, probably pay about $7,000-8,000 for the two dogs and start breeding them. She said, yeah. And I said, then sell them, because they're like $3,000 plus per dog. She said, yeah, right. She said they would have puppies. We'd never get rid of any of them, because you just fall in love with stuff, So it's like, hey, Zen Ginger, how are you? How are you? Thank you for showing up. This was just a little jump on stream. So Luke's watching his wrestling. It might be over by now. But, it's just that's why I am so passionate about selling my stuff when people do buy my stuff. I don't know. It's kind of like you better message me when you get them. Let me know how happy they are. Everyone, you ask anyone that's ever ordered from me, and ask them if they did not message me and let me know, or if I did not immediately, when my phone went off and said that it was shipped, if I didn't message them and ask them how the shrimp showed up. I'm just, I have to know. I I got to make sure that they made it there. I love knowing that, you were happy opening the box and, this and that. And, it means a lot. So it's like something I work hard on, it's, I can't say I work hard, but, changing water and stuff, you sweat when you're doing it and just cleaning out the tanks a little bit here and there. That's the hard part, but that's the fun part. But sometimes it gets old. Who was just talking about that? English bulldogs are the ones that look like gargoyles. Yes. English bulldogs and French bulldogs. Frenchies are real expensive too. We got really lucky though. My wife went to go surprise me. I was doing the auto show in Detroit. I was building a booth for Cadillac. And she went to go get me one at the Humane Society. Well, when she got there, it had already been rehomed. So then they said that they had another one that they found roaming the streets, and it was just a puppy. It was like 6 months old. And they said, do you want to see it? Because we got a week before it'll be out of, quarantine, foster. So she said, yeah. And so a week later, she went and seen her, and she sent me a video of her playing with Luke, and that was it. She's got to be one of the cutest dogs I've ever seen in my life. She doesn't drool. She doesn't have any health issues. Right now, knock on wood, she's really healthy. She's great. But we got 3 dogs. So we got a lab, big, huge English lab. Always wanted a big black lab, so got him. Then I'm a beagle lover. Growing up in the mountains, Pennsylvania, it's really 95% of everybody had beagles. There's people here and there that had other dogs, like pit bulls were like nothing. There's a lot of dogs that weren't anything in the mountains. No one, what's a pit bull's not going to chase down rabbits. I'm sure it could, but it was all, you want a hound. You want hounds and beagles, So I just grew up with that bellowing of the beagles since I was a little child. So I always said I wanted a beagle. My father, he wasn't a beagle guy. He was a German Shepherd guy, so we always said German Shepherds. But, when I bought my own house and got married, we got a beagle. My wife grew up. My wife's father is an avid hunter, and he's had beagles his whole life. So now we have a beagle, and then we have Stella, our English bulldog. So you can't get, bigger differences between three dogs, but a lab, a beagle, and a bulldog. And they're all the nicest to children. That was a big thing when, when we were thinking about animals. You want to make sure if the animal was to bite, could it hurt? For any reason, if the because you always got to think about that. So we tried to get smaller dogs. Except the lab, we wanted something a little larger to scare people. But Zen Ginger says, fish, shrimp room clean is difficult, even if it's peaceful sometimes. Still a strain on the body if you have to do anything like bending and scraping, etc. Correct. I think it was, what is his name? Alex. Yeah, Alex from something living in my tank or something. I don't know, dude with the really long hair that paints his fingernails. The smart dude. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. I just can't think. Alex. Yeah, the secrets living in your tank. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. See, he's smarter. I can't even remember the name. I'm subscribed. That's all I know. He was talking. Sounds like you got it all with those three dogs. Yes, I do. Some of everything. My childhood, my adulthood, and a little class. But yeah, secret history living in your aquarium. Yes, very smart guy. I've told that guy since I subscribed to him how smart I thought he was, and I do. Even though he paints his nails and grows his, I don't know, does all that stuff. I guess smart people do that, and it is what it is. But I don't know. It's I don't know. He comes up with a lot of good stuff, but sometimes people make points on their shows that are that hit home, and he just did it the other day. He was talking about what do you do if pretty sure it was him. What do you do if the hobby starts to just like not become fun anymore? What do you do? So Michelle Kinsey, hey, and that's that happens over here, every once in a while. I sit here and go, Jesus, going back to work, having all this stuff to do. Do I want to keep all these tanks? I can just get rid of a wall, keep a wall of my favorite ones, and but then it's like, well, if somebody calls and wants some shrimp, and I say, well, no, I don't have that anymore. I only have this type of shrimp. It's I don't find it. I don't know. It's hard to build something and then go, well, okay, I'm gonna cut it in half. So that's why I was listening to what he said, and it's like, like you do have to. I don't know. You got to find something else to do for a few days. To me, that's always the best thing. If you're stuck and locked in and you're in a funk, find something else to do. Like wash your car. This is not a joke. Wash your car. Do something you don't want to do. Vacuum it out, clean the windows, dust it, armor all it. Then do, like boring stuff, crossword puzzles. Now, and it's not a joke. I mean, do anything that you've been putting off because your tanks, because you'll go, oh, well, now I have water changes, or no, I got to go do this, or no. It's, you always make an excuse because your tanks. So whatever you do to make an excuse for your tanks, then make an excuse on why you can't do your tanks, why you can't like feed every day. Go like, all right, I'm going to take a few days off from that. They're not going to die. They can go a month without eating. The water's all good, and just go do stuff that you don't do because you always make up stories telling yourself in your mind that you can't do it because of your tanks. That's what I seem to do and it helps. So even if it's, let's say, sleep a little longer or go to bed a little sooner instead of staying up so late, and get to bed a little sooner. So maybe the next day, like when you get done doing whatever, you're wanting to go do tanks. Like, wow, it's only 1 o'clock and I can go do water changes now instead of it being 5 o'clock. So, clean out a storage room that, do something that you don't want to do, because then your hobby becomes exciting again, because you're like, oh my gosh, I love doing water changes. But every day you're going, God, I can't clean that room, or God, my kids' room is a mess and they're not cleaning. I need to clean. Oh, but I got water changes. And every time you walk by or you look at your bathroom and there's towels on the floor, or the bathtub needs scrubbed, or vacuuming needs done, or dusting needs done, you keep putting it off because of the tanks. And then you're walking around going, God, my house is looking terrible, or my car is really dirty, or, my litter box stinks. Anything. Just change it up. Don't do anything in your tanks and go do everything else. Then after a couple days of doing that, literally ignore your tanks. Don't turn the lights on. Don't do nothing. Just don't even look at them. Ignore them. Just go do everything else. Go vacuum. Go clean up the bathroom. Clean your kids' room with them. Spend time with your children. Do all this stuff. And then when you come back, you're going to be like, whoo, this is a lot better than scrubbing that bathtub. Holy heck, I can't believe them corners were so dusty in those rooms. Or, God, that car has been dirty since last winter. And I took it up to the coin wash and vacuumed it out up there and sprayed it off. We're good till the end of next winter. But it's all those things that when you come back and turn your tanks on, you're like, oh, my gosh, look how pretty that is. Now I'm not smelling a dirty bucket of dirt or whatever, mopping my bathroom floor, and scrubbing out the tub and cleaning the walls. I'm not smelling bleach. Now I smell these pretty tanks and see these fish, and now you see all that. Now you're enjoying it and you're appreciating it, because your hobby's supposed to be something that you enjoy. It's not supposed to be a job. Even though it is a job, you create a job. Getting a dog is a job. Getting a cat is a job. A bird, having kids, everything's a job that we create. But the thing is a hobby is supposed to be something that we relax to. Well, if mentally we're making it more important than anything else in our life, then it's not a hobby anymore, and we're not relaxing to it. We're stressing out to it. So that's why if we walk away, literally shut the light. Hey, I shut the air pumps off for 4 days. I was like, forget this, click. I don't want to hear nothing. Left the lights off and everything. I'm like, what? Nothing's going to die. Nothing's going to die. What am I worried about? Nothing. Shut it all off. Everything. The only thing I didn't shut off was the big tanks with the catfish and the cichlids. But these over here, I shut off. These guys, they have so much oxygen, they don't know what to do with it. But it's like, shut it all off, and I walked away. I didn't even care. Went to work, had a good time, bringing home stuff to redo my bathrooms that we're going to do this fall. I'm going to do the small one here really soon. I got the tile for the floor I got for free. I got all the tile wall stuff, this job I'm on, everything for free. Now I'm going to get more tomorrow or on Monday. I'm going to tile my whole house. But it's like, other things are starting to become fun again instead of just the hobby, because the hobby started to take over. It starts to take over to where even your fun stuff isn't fun anymore. It's not fun going to the park. It's not fun going fishing no more. It's not fun because you're like, God, water changes. Oh, I got to do my tanks. Oh, I got to do. Look, I'll come on here all day long and do streams all day long, and I love it. But if something takes away from something that, spending time with my sons, I don't want nothing taken away from that, because I don't want to miss a bit of their life as they're growing up. Take away from fishing, who wants that? If you're a fisherman, and if you're not a fisherman, what you do instead of fishing, going to the pool, laying out in the sun. Look how many people lay out in the sun and how relaxing it is. Lay out in the sun, you do a crossword, you read a book. How many women lay out in the sun and read a book? Why do they do that? They don't do that because they want to look like a French fry and burn their brains up. It's just relaxing. So if you're missing all of this stuff because a hobby is dragging you down, and now your hobby's not a hobby no more, it's a jobby. Who wants a jobby? You don't get paid by this jobby. That's why it's a hobby, so just walk away. You don't have to get rid of nothing. You don't empty the tanks and take everything to the fish store and be like, I quit. Don't quit on that, because in 2 weeks, you're like, oh, I missed my tank. All I had to do was go do something else. That's it. All you got to do is, it's always recharge. You got to. Helps with stress, anxiety, anger issues, sadness, anything. To go outside your norm is a big deal. If you're not used to going into crowds, go into crowds. Face your fears and, then face stuff. Like I said, I make excuses. Oh, I can't come over. I got to do water change. Or I can't do that side job and come make, $600 because I got to, do this, or I got to do that, or I got to do, and it's actually like even put the brakes on my life to where, I wanted to remodel this half bath for probably like the last 3 years, and I haven't done it because I let other stuff get in the way and I make excuses for it. So now I got more stuff yesterday at work, and I'm just like, all right, all I have to do is bust out the floor. That's it. Bust out the floor, put new tile on, go buy a brand new colored toilet. We got a corner sink. I might buy a new one of that and then put this tile. It's expensive stuff. They put it in the bathroom so you don't have to put tile by tile on. It comes in sheets. So it's really expensive stuff. But they tiled this whole building, and they had to buy 3 brand new boxes to finish the last couple of rooms, and they're just like, throw it away. We don't want it. It's $20,000 worth of this wall tile. And so yesterday I told my buddy, I said, we're loading some up. And then the guy there said, well, we're waiting on an email. If they really don't want it, you can have it all. So I'm going to be a tiling fool if they don't want all this stuff, because you just glue it right on the wall. And it's white. And it's got, tile grout lines, and it glues onto the wall. And then you just trim it out. Oh, it's beautiful. It's pure white. And it's got, so what I'm going to do is like upstairs, rip out the bathtub, put in a new bathtub, wrap it all the way around this stuff, glue it all in and everything. And then do the walls. No more tile. I'm not tiling nothing. I'm going to put in a brand new floor, put the stuff all the way around, put a little like a chair rail type on top of it. Have it bump out maybe a 3 or 5/8 from the wall, put a 5/8 drywall, and then put this over it, put a little top, all the way around, something like that. But, it's just, having a hobby is great, but when it takes over your life, I mean, look at people that do cars, same thing, always wrenching on their cars, always in their garage. People are happy doing it, but it just stops you from doing other things in life. So if you get to that point, don't give up. Just take a break. Just walk away. Throw your hands up, walk away, and go do something that you don't want to do. And then come back. And you'll be all right. But, yeah, see, I'm even sweating. I start talking about that, get all amped up, and I start sweating. Because it's anxiety. It is. Yeah, hey, if I could come down here and somebody clean my tanks every day, if I could pay somebody to come clean my tanks, water change them, all that, that'd be great. That'd be great. But knowing that I have to come down here and I have to do water changes, I have to make water, I have to do this, I have to do that, it's Tony just threw his hands up. When you finish that bathroom, I want to use it. Okay. Yeah, but both bathrooms. We bought this house. We did a lot of work to it, a lot of beautiful stuff. My wife, decorated it, painted it, But, 3 kids, and the youngest is 9. So, wipe down walls and this and that. You want to repaint. It's like that last repaint. Till maybe you get too old and you don't want to do it no more and you hire somebody else to come in. But, it's just, the most expensive rooms to do in your house, if you have to pay somebody, is the kitchen and the bathrooms. But the most expensive rooms in the house to make your house worth the most amount of money is the kitchens and the bathrooms. So, everything in this house is original. I mean, we changed toilets and stuff, but everything else is original. So when we gut it, put it all back in, it'll be the first gut that it's ever had, and it'll get all new stuff. But, I do it for a living. So, I can do everybody else's. But when it comes to mine, I'm like, and I got water changes. And that's no bull. I say it. But my wife's not pressed about it, when you have kids and, they drop like heavy toys in the bathtub and boom, take a big chip out of the glaze. You're like, that tub's going in the trash when he gets old enough. I'm not reglazing it. They already reglazed it when I bought the house. So, it's all just, I'm going to gut it all, throw it away, and just put in, one of them brand new heavy duty fiberglass tubs or something, Something that looks super cool, but it's way cheap. But, I do it on my own stuff. Oh, I got to change. I got water changes. I'll get it this weekend. Then the weekend hits and I'm like, man, the other tanks need water changed, or, I got to take an order up to the pet store or something. I keep putting everything on the back burner. So, Danakin, what's happening, my brother? What is going on? I was picked. Oh, what? Shut up. I did not say. You just now say this, Michelle? You've been in the chat how long? Whatever. You've been in since 9:42. 14 minutes, and you just now say that you picked up a 180? Where'd you get it? Where'd you get it? Where'd you get it? I know you didn't get it from Andy. Boy, you must have begged your husband. He's a great man. Your husband's a great man. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Kenny, are you guys okay? I'm so sorry about that. I heard that you and Danny aren't feeling good. Didn't you say that your better half caught COVID before? What do? You go to work and keep coming home and getting your wife sick, dude? That's not very good. I think you need to get her a tennis bracelet. That's the one with the diamonds all the way around. You need to say you're sorry, bro. I mean, another fish isn't gonna. I don't think it'll make her. A 300 gallon. I don't know. She might take a 300 gallon over a tennis bracelet. I don't know. I would have to ask her with maybe both. Maybe a used 300 acrylic with a tennis bracelet. But if your wife is sick and you're getting her sick, shame on you. But I hope you guys start feeling better. I heard about that. I really hope you guys. I hope you guys aren't. I just got my first shot. So, like I said, I'm never against the shot, but I wasn't one that wanted to, say, okay, let's go get it. And then in 6 months they're saying, well, that shot's no good. And I took the Moderna, and then somebody told me yesterday that the Moderna's the one that makes everybody feel like crap. Well, I guess I might feel like crap in a couple days. Or no, it'd be 3 more weeks. They said come get shot in a month, the second one. So I got my first shot. My wife asked me to. She never asked me before, and I said, all right, fine, screw it. I'll go do it. It is what it is. I figure this way in the future, with my work and stuff, if they say, well, do you have the shot? And I say, no, well, you can't work here, like hospitals. I went to work. I was building the new Red Wings stadium, Little Caesars Stadium in Detroit. I was doing a bunch of work on the company I was working for. So, the part I was doing, they said, okay, it's over. We need you to go. Will you go to this hospital? You want to go do some metal stud drywall in a hospital? I was like, heck yeah. So they said, okay, show up, tomorrow. All right. And I'm known. I'm a good worker. I'm not a sprout. They want 80 to 100 sheets hung a day. I'm more of a steady worker. But, anyways, so I showed up and they say, hey, how you doing, Brian? I said, good. They said, man, it's good to see you. I said, oh, I'm happy to be here. Working in a hospital, this is great. It's real quiet. You got to be quiet. I don't have to worry about people talking to me too much. I don't have to worry about talking to people too much because I know I'm not supposed to. It's just a nice place. It's a change, fast pace at the Red Wings Stadium down to a slow pace, So I was like, oh, this is cool. First thing he asked me, you got the flu shot? I was like, this year? Yeah. I said, no. I said, I haven't got a flu shot in, I don't know, 10 years. He's like, no. I said, no. I said, I used to get, I got probably about 3 times. I said, and then I went and got it, and I was deathly ill the next day. And I swore after that. I said, I don't know what's in that shot. I know what they say is in that shot, but whatever it is didn't agree with me. I'd really not like to get it anymore because, as you get older, I don't want to just keep pumping stuff into me. If I was someone to get the flu a lot, I don't know. If I was a clean person, let's say that, I was a kid when I grew up. If you dropped a hot dog in the dirt when you was camping, you picked that sucker up and you wiped her off, and you ate it. There ain't nothing wrong with that hot dog. You better pick it up if you're hungry. You ain't getting another one. So that's the kind of kid I was. We rolled around in dirt. You just wipe your nose on. Hey, my uncle always said that's why God gave you sleeves. It's not to keep you warm. It was to wipe your nose. Just saying. It's your arm and everything gets it off there. It works. But it's like, I was never one of them kids where my parents said, oh, don't do this. Go wash your hands. And, stick dirty hands in my mouth. It was what it was. I had an immune system, boys, like a brick wall. So I don't know. I don't, when I was younger, I used to get tonsillitis. I have large, I don't know. I used to get, tonsillitis or whatever, the spots in there or whatever. But once I hit 21, it went away. I don't get it no more. I still have my tonsils. I don't get it no more. I don't know why. And I almost never get sick. I don't know why. Like I said, I'm just one of them, I take a shower every day, brush my teeth 2-3 times a day, I always get a haircut. I try to look, fresh, proper. We live in a very clean home, but I just don't. Now that the virus, I use that soap a lot in my car, all the time. But I'm still not. I'll go out, cut the grass, and I'm wiping all over my face. I don't care. But I was like, nah, I don't get it. I was like, this year? He's like, yeah. I said, nah, I don't get it. He's like, well, you want to get it? I was like, no. Why? He's like, well, if you don't get shot, you can't have the job. I was like, what? He's like, hey, it's not up to us. It's up to the hospital. The hospital says if you don't have the flu shot, you can't work here. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I said, no. I was like, so what's that mean? They said, well, look, it's not, we're not mad at you. We're not the ones making the rule, because I'm a union worker. So, union doesn't care. Look, if that's your rules, that's your rules. And they're like, but look, that's all we got right now. Because it's wintertime. Wintertime slows up. Union companies try to keep their workers that, show up every day, want to work and are good workers and get along with everybody and want their job. Let's say those 5 things, they want to work them all winter long. People got poor attitudes. They start fights. They have problems at home and stuff. They drink a lot or something, come in all messed up or they miss and stuff. They just lay them off for the winter. They're not really helpful. So when he said, yeah, that's all we got, I was like, oh, boy. I was like, all right. I still didn't get shot. And it was just like, I don't know. I could have got shot right then and there, but it was kind of against my morals, how I felt. I didn't want to feel like I was, I don't like ultimatums. Don't give me an ultimatum. It's this way or that way, or it's the highway. It's my way or your, if you don't do what I want, that's it. Because then I'll give you the middle finger. I'm not an ultimatum guy. But if you work with me, I'll do it all. I'll probably bend over and give you what hey, can you do this? And if I don't want to do it, if you're nice about it, I might do it. What? Oh, so it's when it came to them saying that, I was just, they were really nice about it, but they said the hospital wanted me to do it. I was like, yeah, no, so I didn't get it done. But this shot, I didn't really care to, didn't matter. But she asked me to do it, so I went and did it. I could care less, but it's just, so I don't know. Get the other one done, I'll be all right. And then I don't have to worry about them saying anything. I got this card. She said, don't get rid of. I don't have to worry about anybody saying, well, you got to get the shot to work here. Well, I got the shot. That's what I'm saying. It's just, look, I'm almost 50. What's it going to do? Kill me? Or I'm not having any more kids, so it's not going to hurt nothing, So I don't worry like everyone else worries and stuff like that, I mean, I could die. I could have a heart attack tonight. You just don't know. Life is life. So you can't say that, well, I don't want to do this because I could die. You could die anytime. So I don't know. I'm just not one to create more stress than what there is. So I don't have a problem with it. So I'll be getting the next shot 3 weeks, I think. So. Oh, Michelle said she got it off Craigslist. Shut the back door. What'd you say? It was your husband did it? He's the one who found it. Oh, what city did you get it in? Is it new? Does it have that date sticker on it? What kind of shape's it in? My friend is about to lose her job at the hospital. She's a registered nurse and is refusing the shot. See? I don't know. It's times aren't hard right now. So, but here's the thing is if your friend is a registered nurse and she's refusing to get the shot, well, guess what? She's probably going to ruin her future of working anywhere because there's no hospital. There's going to be no medical office, no private office, no nothing that's going to let her work there. Just it is how it is. Maybe McDonald's, Ram's Horn or something, but I don't even know if maybe a Home Depot. Maybe I doubt Home Depot. It's just look. Everyone's got a right to say no. They do, but every business has a right to say I'm sorry, but we can't hire you because you don't have the shot. And then you can make the argument all day and say, what's the shot going to do? Seriously. Is it going to help the person next to me if I get the shot? No. Is it going to help? Is it going to help an 80-year-old person down the street if I get shot? No. Is it going to help a person at the restaurant I go eat at if I get shot? No. Who's the shot really help? It only helps the person that gets the shot because it's supposedly supposed to make it so it's not so severe so you don't really – it's not so severe so you don't die. I mean, it makes it so it's, I don't know, kind of like the flu. Let's say the flu. I mean, even though people die from, okay, let's just say a cold, common cold, okay? It's supposed to lessen it up. But it's not helping the person next to you. It doesn't keep anyone else from getting sick. Look, if I get shot and I catch COVID, I'm getting sick, right? Even if I had the shot. But it just won't be as severe as if I didn't get shot. So why can't I have a job? Why can I not work in this facility if I don't have the shot? Who am I? I'm not hurting nobody. But then when it comes around to, they do say, okay, let's say you're a teenager in school and you don't have the shot and you get sick. You have to stay out, 10 days, 10 to 14 days. You got to stay out, right? If you had the shot, if you already had it, you come back to school next day. Or is it day after? 1 or 2 days. I think it's immediate. So they try to say, well, we don't hold it against nobody, or nothing like that. We don't show favoritism, but you do. I got to stay out for 2 weeks, but if you have the shot, you don't. So if you have the virus, you come back to school because you had the shot, and you go pass it around to everybody else. It's like if you come to school with the flu, you're supposed to stay home. But kids come to school, they're sick, coughing, hacking, other kids get sick. Well, then you could be passing the virus everywhere. So That's what I don't understand. I did it for one to make my wife happy, make my family happy. And, look, I am 48, but I am, as far as I know, healthy as 3 horses, the doctor said. And, but I don't know. I don't want to take that chance, if for some reason, something's a little weaker than what I know. I don't have any health issues. I don't have nothing. Nothing. I have sinuses, allergies. That's it. That's all I know. Sore ankle. I got a tightness in my back, a slipped rib. But other than that, I don't think I'm gonna die from nothing. So, but still. So if anyone wants to know, I got the Moderna shot. May gave me the runs. I think I had to poo a little bit the couple days after, little running runs, but that might have just been because I had a bunch of fluid in me or I ate a salad or something. But other than that, nothing. They say, oh, it's not the first shot, it's the second shot. So I'll take the second shot and I'll let y'all know. If you don't see me here in about 3 weeks, you know what happened. Nah, them things are, it's just, and just think about it. If you're dehydrated, stuff like that, these shots probably could make you feel like crap. I mean, they could, but when it comes to working in a hospital and stuff like that, I mean, and that's what you do. You're a registered nurse. Do you really want to throw your, but look, how do you argue with somebody and say, look, you can't make a decision for yourself? You can't. And I can't go against that. You have the right to make your own decisions. But do you want to never work again? Because ain't nobody going to hire you. I don't even know if you go to another state. I don't know. That's a tough one. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. In Texas, she can have the same pay. Home health. Oh, so home health care. Ooh, there you go, CC. Hey, wear a mask. There you go. I would let you come take care of my mother if you wore a mask. I mean, she's had her shot. She's 80. The insurance and support would suck, but one patient. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's pretty cool. That way you're not walking away from everything. Use good. Clarkston. Oh, that's not bad. That's fine. They can take their jobs and shove them. What's that song? We don't need them anymore. You can take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing is, if you had the shot, you will be hot for a shorter time. Yeah. Hot meets contagious. Yep. So that's what it all comes down to. I mean, I don't like to get political about stuff. I'll talk politics all day. I don't have a problem with it, but I try not to go that way. I try just to be, supportive of both sides. Me, I wasn't one to say yay or nay. I was just one to say, hey, I don't want to get a shot, and then they tell me, 6 months down the road that it ain't nothing. This one here is better. But now they're saying that things are going to get worse. That California is getting locked down again and stuff. Things are getting worse. Now you got to take a booster shot. A booster shot? What am I, a rabid dog? What are you talking about, a booster shot? I thought puppies got booster shots. Or, yeah, if I got bit by a squirrel or a rabid skunk or something. I don't know. But hey, well, that's good. That's good, Michelle. I'm glad that you got that tank. I hope your friend gets hooked up and she finds something good. But for now, I think we're gonna call it. I don't see it as political. I see it as science. Yeah. I don't. Well, no, I'm just saying that I don't have a problem with talking politics. I don't get upset. A lot of people get upset if they get in their body and get pissed. It's like I don't see why. Hey, look, if someone brings down my gas prices and someone's making my money, make a whole bunch of money in the stocks, if my IRAs and stuff are going up and my financial guy has something to put money onto and put money into and it's building money, that's my guy. And if all of our troops aren't fighting and dying and stuff, that's my guy. That's who I want. I don't want people dying so for my freedom. I mean, it may happen throughout the work, but it doesn't always have to happen. And if jobs are plentiful and people are healthy and loving one another and this racism crap stops and they're not just creating stuff to argue about racism, viruses, just all this stuff. That's who I want. But I don't get mad. I like to have conversations. I giggle a lot. I laugh a lot because, I understand. Look, I understand it's serious, but it's I giggle at people that get upset over a football game. NASCAR, that's the biggest one. I laugh. My brother's NASCAR. He'll scream, throw stuff at the TV. I'm like, how do you choose who's going to win? If its tire blows, it's over. You just ruined your day. Because your guy's engine blew up or the tire came off. It's funny. It's just, it's a way to look at things in life that other people take so severe. And if you can find the happiness in it and laugh at how they get so angry at stuff, you really look at things way different. And look, you can be severely serious about your beliefs. No problem, 100%. I couldn't change you in your beliefs if I said Trump's the best and you hate Trump. That's fine. But is it worth getting upset about? Now, you can make silly jokes about Trump. I can make silly jokes about whoever you like. And that's how the whole thing, that's how everybody stays in a good mood. That's how no one gets upset. So everybody stays in a good mood. You goof and joke about it. Because, like, your beliefs are your beliefs. I'm not someone to try to change them. She says, yeah, I am.
No, you're not.
But, it's just if you can't laugh about it, if you can't laugh at Trump's hair being the goofiest hair you ever saw, if I say I like Trump, what's it matter? Make fun of his hair. No sense of getting upset saying the guy's, treats women like crap and all this stuff. It doesn't matter.
I think we can't agree on.
Yeah. She hates Trump.
I don't hate him. I like him.
I would love to talk about this BS, but on a different stream. Yeah. Hey, and that's what I was going to say. I wanted to start another channel. What?
It's almost done.
Huh?
Almost done.
Oh, his stuff? Yeah.
They haven't done the main event yet.
Oh.
I was even thinking, I guess there's a
Luke's wrestling thing.
his first pay-per-view. Yeah. They're coming to Saginaw December 11th.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to Saginaw. Not Saginaw. You gonna get your carry permit? I wouldn't go to Saginaw.
Oh, not even wherever it's at? Oh.
I mean, we could, but I'm sure nothing bad at it, but Saginaw is bad. Saginaw is not, yeah.
Yeah, they're coming there to some. The next closest is like Columbus.
What?
So,
Yes, you want?
I don't know.
So what I was going to do is I wanted to start another channel outside of this, on depression, anxiety, stuff like that, just daily stuff, because how talking is so it's so important. It's so important about it just expressing what just talking about what's on your mind, how you feel. It de-stresses you so much. And here's the thing. I've struggled with depression and anxiety since I was a child, since I was a young teenager. So I know all about this stuff. I talk to people all the time. I talked to my buddy the other day. I don't put nobody's business out there, but he's having problems at home. And he made a bad comment to his wife. She's going through some stuff. She confided in him. And, without saying what they're going through, he just said, don't you think you should grow up? And he's been married to her for like 42 years. Yeah. So I had this long talk with him, because he just thinks that he's one way, you can't change him. I said, I'm not trying to change it. You just need to look at things in a whole nother aspect. You need to have empathy. You just have to, people these days have to have empathy toward other people. I mean, for the world to go, for someone with stress and anxiety, panic attacks, all that stuff, to get rid of your anger, you have to have empathy. You got to be able to put yourself in their shoes. And then things aren't so severe. They're not so, because you're like, wow, okay, I can see it. Now you're not so angry. You're not so stressed out. Do it. You might not want to hear from me again. That's funny. No, I just think it's, that's what I'm saying. I need people to let me know if it's something they'd like to do, because, hey, I can sit on here and talk all day long and not for nothing, but look at all these channels, these fish channels where people are sent. I've talked about this for, I don't know, a year, about bringing it up, about going and starting a new channel. You go look on YouTube, there's nothing on there for people to come and sit and talk and, whatever, to do whatever. But see, that's the thing is, you want to talk politics, it's really not for politics. But if you can talk politics without getting loud, screaming, yelling, disrespecting people and swearing and stuff, that's fine. But then it gets out of hand, so more or less it's just, everyday thing, how you feel about life, how you feel about, your neighbor, or who did something wrong to you that day, why you think they did something wrong to you that day, all sorts of stuff. Like I said, I don't have a problem talking about politics, but I watch these shows and people go way off screaming and yelling, it's funny. I sit and watch it, but then it's like, after a minute, the host of the channel, he don't have control no more. He just sits back and lets it go, but forget it, I'm out. That's funny. No, but it's I don't know. I think it would be cool. I really do. But I don't know if I don't know. There's got to be like timeouts to be able to like click on something to mute them. Because some people might really get deep into their stuff. But that's what I'm saying. If you can have a good time and talk about your thought process. Everyone's got opinions, right? They're like assholes, like they say. But it's an opinion. What's wrong with an opinion? A lot of people don't like opinions because it's an opinion. And facts aren't always facts. They're just what some people say they're a fact. And it's just like within the fish fam, shrimp fam, within the hobby, like they say, never listen to what one person says. Always do your homework and get all the information you can. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing with everything in life, but people don't look at it that way. There's so much good information within the hobby, within the fish, shrimp, everything. Big predator fish, everything. Within us, you got to figure out how many people have anxiety and panic attacks and, stress and anger issues and all that. And we use the hobby as a way out, or as a medicine. But what does everybody always say? Don't take the word of one person. But what do so many people out in society do about so many things in life? They're hooked on phonics. It's just one thing. They have one opinion. That's it. That's it. It's this way. It's no other way. It can't be any other way. No. And it's just like, where did you get your information? Did you read that? Did you get it off? Where? Sesame Street? What? I think Sesame Street has better information than some of the news channels. It's just. So that's where things come in funny. A lot of people can't laugh and giggle, and that's the thing. It's my wife, it takes pretty serious. She, so we try not to, I try not to do the laugh giggle thing with her because, I know that it's really not worth the fight or anything like that, so she laughs, but she, sometimes I take it too far and, stuff like that. But But yeah, when it comes to government and all that stuff, it's it's a tough one. If we were in a big, huge room and there could be a ton of us, like if I rented like a hall every week, and we went there and everybody could hang out, drink coffee, have donuts, and complain, I don't think there's a better medicine. I would have to charge a door cover like a club. Yeah, I'd have to charge a door cover because that'd be the best medicine in the world. Seriously. Now I have to hire bouncers too to break up all the fights. There'd be a lot of fights. But still, it's that I think that's our biggest thing in life is I think our biggest thing in life is we don't talk anymore. And I think our biggest thing in life is we don't have a place to go talk or scream and yell. You ever see them things on TV that are starting on, I think out in California or something, where they have those rooms where you go in with a hammer and baseball bats and just bust shit up? You pay them like a certain amount of money. You can go in there and destroy it, bust everything up to let anger out and rage out and stuff. I mean, that's good medicine. Seriously. It's good stuff. I mean, why do you think I get on here and talk? It's a good stress reliever, even though I'm not stressed, but it just lets me get a bunch of stuff off my head. Look, when I started, I don't think I went over like 6, 7 people watching the stream, but what do I care? I get a lot of people that watch it. There's a lot of shows on tonight. I'm not trying to steal nobody's light tonight. I just want to come on here and show how I grind up some spinach and have a cool little chit chat, but I'll sleep really good. Now, hopefully when people watch the repeat of this, it's over 2 hours if people will stay on it and watch it, which I hope, or jump back and forth on it. It'll just be something that they can listen to and maybe relax as they're going to bed or something, or maybe on that relaxed type of stuff. But as New Local Austin say, I like you. I may or may not like your decisions. Right. You're the best. God, you're a great person. I just might not like your beliefs, and that doesn't make you a bad person. What? That's what people in the world gotta remember these days. Just because your neighbor, thinks one way or something doesn't mean that they're a bad person. Damn, some common sense. So nice. Not a lot of that left. See, that's what I'm saying. It's, now let's say Michelle. Now I've met Michelle. I met her whole family, right? If Michelle didn't have the same beliefs I did, would I not like Michelle? No. Michelle has her beliefs. If she thinks that cupcakes are made on the moon and shipped to Pluto, on a cookie tray by Oompa Loompas in little Martian suits, it's her belief. I'm not going to think no different about her. It's her belief. I mean, I'll laugh at it. I will laugh hysterically at it, but it's her belief. It's just how it is. That's the type of person I am. I don't care what you do, just that it doesn't hurt my family and it doesn't put any of us at risk, and you don't hurt yourself. That's why I tell people all the time. I don't, like when it comes to addictions and stuff, I hate to see somebody addicted. I hate to see alcoholism. Really, that's the worst because, I don't put a lot of my own business out there. My father was a severe alcoholic, and so I don't like to see it. He was the best guy in the world, never raised a hand, when he was drinking, nothing. Nicest guy in the world when he drank. But still, to see people that drink a lot, it makes me feel bad. Drugs, alcoholism, because those things are used for escape, so you don't have to deal with everyday life. And to see people go through that, it's sad. But like I tell everybody, if you're a drug addict, if you're an alcoholic, if you're anything, it doesn't matter to me. I won't dislike you. I'll just feel bad. I won't not hang out with you. I'll just feel bad that you're hurting yourself. I have friends right now that do stuff that I don't approve of, but who am I to say that it's right or wrong? It's their decision. They're grown people. But I just tell them, look, I feel bad for you, so, and one of them quit doing what they was doing and they lead a good life now. It was drugs. They quit. They were doing drugs because somebody else was doing drugs that they wanted in their life. So they quit doing the drugs and, realized that that person wasn't that important for them. I just told them, I said, look, you come to my house for the holidays. You can come to my house, be around my kids. You do anything you want. I trust you as a person. You're wholeheartedly a great person. You just have you're stuck in a spot, and I feel bad. And they quit, so I don't judge. That's a big thing that society needs to change too is, we need to stop judging, color your skin, where you live, where you come from, what happened 200 years ago. Everyone's got it's hard. It's hard to forget, to forgive and forget. I don't think that ever happened. But things are different than when I was a kid. Some good, some bad. I do see changes from when I was a kid, but there's a lot of things that haven't changed at all. And I don't think ever will change because no one wants them to change. Not us people as a whole. I think it's more the people that run the show that don't want it to change. Do you think the government really wants everyone to get along? Or do you think that they want chaos and arguments and fighting? Think about that. If you took racism away, we would probably lose 95%, 90% of our news channels because they wouldn't have anything to report on anymore. Seriously. So, okay. See you later, Austin. So, if you took, there's so many things if you took out of society, I don't think they want to see it disappear because, that's how they keep it all messed up. That's how they keep it. That's how they keep everything, all eyes on us. All eyes are on society. No eyes are on anyone else. When the eyes go to the government, something else comes up and it turns the eyes back around on us. They don't want everyone hugging and being friends and fa la la Christmas time. They want the arguments, the fighting, the battles, the hatred. That's the biggest thing. It's like that's the number one thing I think on their agenda is keep the hatred up. Always keep the hatred going. Think about it. And everyone in the hobby, who hates anyone in the hobby? Every walk of life is in the hobby. Think about it. Every walk of life, I would think. And everyone loves each other. It's not on some weird stuff, but we get along with everybody, Seriously. The hobby brings people together in ways that society can't bring us together. So if society can't bring us together, then what's keeping us apart? It's not your neighbor. It's not the person that works at 7-Eleven or, the guy you bought KFC from, or a guy working on Wall Street. It's the government. It's the news and all that, they just keep fueling the fire, fuel the fire. Look what this person did. Look what this person did. Look what this person did. Oh my gosh. And then people get angry. You gotta be kidding me. And then it just creates all this static and, people are upset again. And it's like they want anxiety. They want depression. They want anger. I mean, because look, what if people didn't, think about, go all the way back, back when they used to smoke cigarettes and stuff, way back when it was roll your own, when there were no chemicals. I mean, yeah, they're movies and stuff, but when they smoked in them movies, you didn't see them smoking one after another and coughing. When did you ever see an actor cough in a movie? Think about it. Because tobacco back then, yeah, it was nicotine, but they lived in their 90s and hundreds, and they were smoking. Little old women just smoking cigarettes. But now they put so many chemicals on that. The government does, And what's it do? It kills everybody and gives them all these bad lung issues, which blows up the health care. And, you have to spend all this money on medical, and people are dying because they can't breathe, and they got all these machines to help you breathe. I mean, just all this stuff. Think about it. Alcohol. I mean, look at alcohol way back in the day. It was just a party thing. I mean, look, cocaine. I mean, I'm not an expert on how that came in and then was, made not legal and stuff, but, just from the stories I read and stuff. But look at alcohol. Then they prohibition. No alcohol. You're not allowed. Well, why not? But now they have alcohol. And they're spraying poisons on the tobacco to get you all jacked up. They're, the government controls the drug trade. They let in what they want and stop what they want, and it's, it's all this stuff. They just control society. And I don't think society really pays attention to that anymore like they used to way back in the day. When everybody was a farmer and we had horse and buggy and we did, look, a cell phone, really? How many people have a job where they say that their boss or their job says that they need to have a cell phone? How many people can throw away their cell phone and go back to a house phone and their job will say that that's okay? How many people have a job to where their boss calls them or somebody on their job calls them throughout the day? So it's some of the stuff. It's really weird. It's a lot of stuff to think about. But so that's enough of my little rant. Well, it's not a rant. It's just, things that go on in my head like that. Thoughts in my mind. But, I think that's enough. We're at 2 hours and 37 minutes. We'll see if this stream gets any views because it went from grinding up stuff, spinach to talking about government. So, Jamie Anderson, there's been a lot of respect here that is missing in life. It's yeah. Well, that's why the hobby attracts so many people. But if you notice the type of people it attracts, that's what you got to pay attention to too, because the hobby attracts certain types of people, and the hobby attracts people that are kind of like that kind of stay out of the mix, that don't want to get into those big, huge conversations, the screaming and yelling, the fighting over, all that. I'm not saying they won't, but I just, when I'm around fish people and shrimp people, whatever, hobby people, I should just say, I don't ever hear anybody talk about it. And if we do bring it up, they try to stay away from it, but, sometimes they get roped in, the rope of dope. Oh, Jamie Anderson says, oh, welcome, Jamie. Everything today is designed to kill you. People are only valuable as long as they can contribute to government's taxes. Correct. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Because seriously, look how long people lived back in the day. People don't live that long anymore. I quit smoking. Me and my wife quit. This month is 3 years. And I have to, every day of my life, I tell myself, God, maybe when I'm 60, I'll start smoking. Maybe when my son's not here, when he moves out, I'll start sneaking cigarettes, because I was addicted to all the chemicals on it, all the poisons on it. Because quitting smoking. Like I said, back in the old movies, Some people was smoke here and there. Ain't nobody. You ever see anybody back in the 40s and 50s or hear anybody go, man, I'm pissed off. I got to roll me a cigarette. You didn't see that stuff, you know. These days you get upset. You're like, oh, smoking one after another, drinking. Yes, I mean, I didn't live back then, but still. I mean, you know, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, they were all old, you know. I mean, I remember my grandmother used to smoke. She probably smoked, I don't know, 1 an hour or more, one every few hours. She smoked Moors, those old brown ones. But my aunt smoked till she was 89, filterless Pall Malls. My cousin, he passed away sooner. He smoked filterless Camels. And then his brother, my other cousin, he died cancer. He worked in the coal mines in Pennsylvania. They were all, you know, there's all mining families, but still back in the day. I mean, well, when you're packing 4 pounds of chewing tobacco in your mouth and swallowing the stuff, you know, it's, you know, hey, they don't care. They made all that money though, right? Hey, when you die, I mean, even if you get sick and don't have any health care, you paid enough into all their tobacco industry to pay for they can pay, state can pay for a little bit. But my great grandparents used to make airplane gas. Yeah. That's funny. See, that's what I'm saying. We had such tough jobs. Well, they had such tough jobs back in the day and lived forever. I mean, people these days, you know, they say, oh, 50's the new 40 or the new whatever. And it's like, what? No, 50's 50. You know, it's you just, yeah, things aren't like they used to be that way. You know, but all right, everyone. I had a blast. I had a lot of fun tonight. I have a lot of fun every night, but it was cool getting off topic for a little bit. But tomorrow's Sunday. We'll see what's going on tomorrow. See if we got to pop on here. Maybe we'll do stream lab so I can do some cameras and like show you the red King Kong babies that I can barely see. I will maybe check out some of that. Chrizap, hook you guys up like that. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Michelle, I am really jealous of you got 180. Make sure you fill that sucker up outside first. Let it sit for a couple days. Make sure it doesn't leak. And then that way you can real easy clean it out. I'm sure you've done this already, but that's what I do. Clean it out outside. Let it sit in the sun for a couple days. That heat will kill anything that's in there real good. They just get that siphon tube out or a pump it out far enough, then you and your hubby lift it up, hose it out, wipe it down, and then carry it in the house, put it where you need to put it. But, all right, I had so much fun. Thank you, everyone that came into the chat tonight, and hopefully we get a lot of people streaming it, watching it, and to anyone that watches this, could you make sure you hit the thumbs up? We've been doing really good. We're bouncing around 649 to 652, 653. You know, YouTube's doing its little thing. But we're getting close to 1,000. I mean, we got a ways. Yeah, it's going to sit for about a month. Yeah. We'll get there. Can't wait to get there because then we can start using the phone and I can video everything, just go off the phone. So hopefully we can get there. We will. But all right. Thank you so much. You have a good night, Michelle, and everyone else have a good night. Had a blast. And talk to you later. And make sure from Detroit, everyone stays shrimpy. And make sure when you do those water changes, you spit and do not swallow because it don't taste good. All right, everyone. From Detroit, peace out. See you later. Bam.